Hey guys, it's Fairy Truths here, and today I'm here with the mermaid Q&A that you guys have been waiting for so patiently. Thank you so much for not freaking out about it not being up the next day. I wanted to give some time for the questions to surface, and usually people will thumbs up the questions that they also want answers to sometimes, so that always helps. If I sound sick, it's just allergies, nothing to worry about. I'm not sick or anything, so yeah, let's get right into the questions. Alright, our first question is, can you mix fairy dust colors to get a combination of colors for your mermaid tail? The answer to that is honestly unknown, but I would assume, based on prior knowledge to spells and magic, that it probably would affect the spell negatively, so I would recommend using one color and not two. Just because I think it would give you the best results, as I'm not 100% sure. We didn't do a lot of trial tests, and by that I mean we didn't do any tests to see what didn't work. We just wanted to get out what did work, if that makes any sense. The next question is asking if I can have someone who has done the mermaid spell and been successful with it talk about their experience as being a mermaid, and I think that is a really good idea. Confessions of a Fairy and I's friend did the mermaid spell for us, so she was actually the person that we tested it on. She wanted to be a mermaid, she was all for it, and she lived as a mermaid whenever she pleased, only in the comfort of her own home. She never did it publicly, only because that was her preference. She didn't want people seeing it. But yeah, I could maybe see if she can get in a video and talk about her experience as a fairy. I have braces. Will that affect the sharpening of the teeth? It shouldn't. That's not always a side effect with everybody. It's just a common one. So you may not even get them depending on the type of teeth that you have. It's just with specific people, because I've talked to people who have done the spell and some people's teeth did not get sharp. So, yeah. When should I start to see scales? I think scales start appearing the next day or day 3, the last day. So it really depends. You should start feeling different by day 2, but day 3 should be when, everything takes place. Fairy for Real has not posted a video for a long time, so also she has not posted her mermaid spell. She's not a part of the mermaid spell. She actually wasn't here in town when we did the spell, so that's why she doesn't have it on her channel. She's just not going to be doing one. There's actually just a lot going on with her right now that I can't really share with you guys at the moment. So she's not really able to post on YouTube right now, but hopefully I'll be able to tell you guys what's going on soon. Who was the little girl? Sorry if you hear crying in the background. That's the little girl. Who was the little girl in Confessions of a Fairies video? That was my little sister. I think you're referring to our mermaid spell, and that was my little sister. When you become a mermaid, does your personality/attitude change? Yes, it does. You become a little bit more bubbly and more happy, and you're more comfortable in water and stuff like that. So yeah. Does your mom know you were a fairy? Yes, she does. She's very supportive of it. Thank you, Mom. Can you please do a what I got for Christmas video? I probably wouldn't do a video like that just because it doesn't really have anything to do with fairies, unless you guys wanted to see that. It's kind of way after Christmas. I know these comments are from probably like the first day of the year or something, but yeah, I probably wouldn't do one of those just because it's not fairy related. I don't know. Were you born a fairy? If not, how did you know about fairies? I wasn't born a fairy. I always had interest in fairies, and I actually knew someone who was older and had been to fairy school, and she was very close with my family and I, so we kind of just learned everything from her, and that's why my parents were so okay with it. I don't know if I've ever mentioned her before, but that's pretty much where this whole thing started from, was her, and she doesn't want her name to be said in any videos. She's recently reached out to me and asked me that I don't mention her name since she's seen my popularity grow a little bit. She just isn't comfortable on the internet for her own personal reasons, but yes, that's how I got into fairies. I was not born a fairy. In fairy school, did you have to use uniforms? It really depends on the school. The one I went to, we didn't have to have unicorns. We didn't have to have uniforms, but we did have a dress code, so like we couldn't wear certain things. Basically, you just had to be like fully clothed. You couldn't come in like your pajamas. You had to look presentable. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But there are some schools that do require uniform, just depending on where they are and what school they are. I got a lot of questions asking me how, like, the science behind the mermaid tail forming, and it's actually crazy to think about it, but it's actually your bones, skin, muscles, tissues, cells, everything changing. And it's crazy to think that that can all happen so quickly. But when you do the spell, those 3 days that it takes to fully start feeling things, it's actually allowing your bones and your tissues and everything, all the cells in your body, lower body, to become more permeable to certain ions that enter the body from certain foods or whatever. So water is a huge thing on that. You're getting a lot of your hydrogen, and that is going straight to your legs when you drink it after doing this spell. And sodium as well, so that's why the salt is a good factor. Sodium enters your legs, which allows these bones to do their thing. I know that's really sciencey. I'm sorry if that like threw everybody off, but that's how it works. Your bones fuse together, kind of, in a way, and they change their they change how they connect to your bones that connect to your spine, and your feet bones kind of become the bottom of your fin, and they kind of just morph that way. It doesn't hurt at all when this happens. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know the science behind it. All those things work together to create the shape of the tail. The molecules get closer together or further apart depending on what part of the leg it is. And it's all pretty cool, but if you want to learn more about that, I can make a whole video about that, but it is very boring to some people to hear the words atoms and molecules and ions, so I apologize. You can just skip through that. I don't really care, but anyway, next question. Someone wanted to know if I'm going to any conventions, and what conventions are you guys going to? Because I just don't know. I was thinking of going to Playlist Live, but not like as a YouTuber, just to see like the people that I like. Because I think you have to be like invited to even like go there as a creator, so I don't know, but I was thinking about going there because I live in Florida and it's in Florida, but I doubt it. I don't know. It just depends on if you guys want me to, because I don't know what conventions you guys are going to. Do mermaids have to stay in salt or fresh water? Because I tried the mermaid spell. It doesn't really matter what kind of water you're in. It could be your bath water, it could be the ocean, which I wouldn't recommend just because of people seeing and questioning you, and I don't know, I just prefer in the bathtub or in your pool or something like that.